Welcome everyone to Earth Changes News for January 31st, 2012. Now, I haven't been here in a while because the Earth changes have been picking up so rapidly that it's almost impossible to keep up with anymore. I'm talking about like 3 or 4 major news articles concerning Earth changes, and being that I have my subscription kind of ran out, I pretty much was neglecting this area. But what I decided to do, guys, is give you the information anyway. So I think I'll start with January 23rd and work my way up from there to give you guys an updated view of what's actually going on the planet. Now, from January 23rd on, things have been picking up rapidly as far as solar flares, as many of you know, and as far as quakes and storms. So let's start with January 23rd. January 23rd said they saw the largest solar storm since 2005, and there was a whole article about it. I think I put it up on YouTube, and this was a warning by experts saying that we can expect more disruptive storms from the sun as the coming months and years go on. Then we had a quake of a 6.2 magnitude happen on January 24th that hit offshore of Biobío, Chile, or Biobío, Chile, and that was happened on Monday, January 23rd, 2012. Then we had another quake hit offshore, causes panic, but no tsunami in Chile, off of Eva Vergara, and this was out of Santiago, Chile. A magnitude 6.2 earthquake struck Monday just offshore the south-central Chile, the same area devastated by the massive tremor 2 years ago, but there was no immediate reports of damage, and authorities said it did not cause a tsunami. So it was 2 earthquakes in Chile. Then we had an earthquake of 6.3 magnitude that hit south of the Fiji Islands on January 24th. They were talking about it, and they said also a no tsunami alert was issued. Then we had an explosive volcano on the 25th. It says may turn up heat beneath Death Valley. It says California's Death Valley, already one of the hottest places on Earth, may have the potential to get a whole lot hotter and live up to its name in a surprisingly and possibly scary new way, according to new research. So that's heating up, and that was on January 25th. Then it says NASA sees a repeating La Nina hitting its peak. See, all these scientists and all these researchers are actually leaking out a little bit of information saying they know something is changing with the planet. They just don't want to panic anyone, but they can't understand exactly what's happening, but they do know something is happening. It says La Nina, the diva of drought, is peaking, increasing the odds that the Pacific Northwest will have more stormy weather this winter and spring, while the Southwest and South United States will be dry. So those people in Texas, you know, they had enough dry weather and drought, but it seems like that's going to be continuing. Then on January 23rd, January 26th, I should say, there was a story talking about the January 23rd event finally hit Earth. The CME actually hit the planet. It says the events of the last 3 days were from the January 19th event, which spawned the M3 class flare, and the following CME. Since the January 19th event, 3 significant earthquakes have occurred: Chiapas, Mexico, Chile, and the Fiji Islands. Also, a large fatal tornado hits Alabama on January 26th, and several tornadoes have been reported in central Texas. No reports of damage as the news release. So they just give you updates on what happened from that massive coronal mass ejection. And then we had on January 26th, severe storms are drenching Texas. And it spawned tornadoes on January 26th. It says buckets of rain and powerful winds that apparently spawned several tornadoes swept across Texas on Wednesday, forcing drivers to abandon cars on flooded roads, but not dropping enough water to make up for the historic dry spell. So even with all that rain, they still did not have enough rain to make up for all that drought. And then we had on January 26th, 10 tornadoes hitting Alabama. It says the National Weather Service has now documented paths of destruction from at least 10 tornadoes in the outbreak of storms across central Alabama early Monday. And let me go back one more time. I think there's one more page here I wanted to get to, so I'll start from the bottom up. It says lava. This was also January 26th. They showed that lava is increasing. Lava activity, I should say, is increasing at Kilauea, and it says lava is becoming more active at both Halamanya Mama U and Pu craters. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that one wrong. Scientists at the Hawaiian Volcano Observatory report have stated. And then they talk about, here we go, another tornado. Northeast Austin, tornado rated F1. The tornado which tore through Northeast Austin neighborhood on Wednesday morning has been rated an F1, and that was on January 27th. There was a story about Kepler talking about all these different planets that they're finding, you know. It's amazing how many planets we have found already. And, you know, it's just interesting to see that, you know, maybe one day we'll actually see that there's this possibility that there are Earth-like planets with possible life on them in this whole entire universe other than the planet Earth. And they may not all be demons. And then I have a story here on January 27th. It says 6 tornadoes have been confirmed during Wednesday's storms. The National Weather Service has confirmed that 6 tornadoes touched down in southeast Texas during storms on Wednesday. So that was on January 27th. See, as you can see, people, it's just impossible to keep up with all this craziness as far as the weather, the storms, and the volcanic eruptions, and the earthquakes. Here's another story on January 27th. Mexico volcano erupts again. The 5,400-meter-high Popocatépetl volcano has erupted again with a plume of ash after shaking for several minutes early on Thursday. And then they're talking about a massive solar flare. It says the strongest one so far this year erupted today, January 27th, from the same active region of the sun that triggered that raging solar tempest earlier this week. And then on January 27th, they expected an X-class flare from 1402 that I reported earlier. Then on January 28th, there's a storm, Iggy. It says getting stronger off the West Australian coast. It says the Bureau of Meteorology predicts tropical cyclone Iggy off the West Australian coast will intensify with a Category 4 system by tomorrow night. And that was on January 28th. Then we have another tornado outbreak. Deadly tornado attacks on Indonesia. As rainy season is reaching its peak from mid-January to mid-February, tornado threat becomes more real amid storms and thunder. Then we have a story that NASA is seeing a weakening cyclone, Fancy's closed eye. It's this powerful cyclone, Fancy's eye, has been clear in NASA's satellite imagery over the last few days until NASA's Aqua satellite had noticed it had closed and became filled with high clouds on January 27th. Then we had another earthquake. A 6.2 earthquake hit the Kermadec Islands in New Zealand. A 6.2 magnitude earthquake hit the Kermadec Islands, New Zealand on Saturday, January 28th. And let me bring you up to date to the current time. So this is amazing, folks. You know, people that just watch the Super Bowl and watch this, you just go by all these things. But, you know, you have to start realizing that these events are actually on the increase. And anybody that doesn't think they're on the increase, well, go back to sleep. That's all I can tell you. January 28th, it says more strong quakes are predicted for Haiti, the Dominican Republic, and the report goes on to say the island of Hispaniola, containing Haiti and the Dominican Republic, may soon experience a period of strong earthquakes on par with the one that ravaged Port-au-Prince and surrounding areas 2 years ago, according to a report by the U.S. Geological Survey researcher. Here we go, another major flooding incident on January 29th. It's a cyclone Fansu and Dando killed 26 in Mozambique. It says at least 26 people were killed and another 125,000 displaced in Mozambique as tropical cyclones Fonso and Danso hit the country in the last 2 weeks, according to the Daily Noticias. And then we have another cyclone that hit and killed 14 people in Indonesia. This is out of Jakarta, Indonesia. 14 people were killed and another 60 were injured in Indonesia over a 4-day period as a result of Cyclone Iggy, according to the country's National Disaster Management Agency. Then we have Iris tsunami, quite possible, warns experts after earthquake. This is following a minor earthquake in Donegal last week. Experts are saying that Ireland is now susceptible to tsunamis. And lastly, I think I have another earthquake that hit a magnitude 6.3 hit near the coast of central Peru, and that was on January 30th. A magnitude 6.3 earthquake hit near the coast of central Peru on Monday, January 30th, 2012. Then we had another storm that hit on January 31st in Mozambique. Storm death toll reaches 32. Mozambique's chief disaster management says 32 people have died in recent storms and flooding that have hit that area. So that's it, guys. That's all the updated news that I have for you. And again, I'm really sorry I couldn't bring you the whole entire, the whole entire article. But until I, have to scrape together some money for these all these subscriptions. And right now, the subscription to Earth Changes has run out. And when I can, I will be resubscribing to this area. But I thought I'd give you guys the latest. Anyway, guys, that's the latest on Earth Changes News. Take it easy and be well. This has been Earth Changes News for January 31st, 2012.